Hi everyone! In this video, we will look at an easy guide to answering SPM novel questions based on the novel Sing to the Dawn. This is found in paper 2 in section D, which looks at literature questions, and it carries 15 marks. So I will be explaining how you can attempt to answer the question. Okay, now let's look at some tips on how to answer questions on novel for your paper 2 section D. Now, when you get your question, the first thing that you need to do is to read and understand the question. Okay, you have to know what the question is asking you to answer. Alright, then you have to plan an outline or a draft for your answer. Now, this step is a very important step. I always advise my students to plan before they answer. Okay, your outline can be a simple outline with just some bullet points, or it can be a detailed outline with some examples or some ideas on how you're going to answer the question. All right, but it's important for you to plan before you answer. Okay, and then when you answer, you have to state clearly the character or the theme or the event, moral value, or the lessons learned. Okay, this will be normally done in the introduction. Okay, once you have done that, you have to support your answers with clear, specific, and detailed evidence from the novel. All right, and if you can quote a character, what the character said, that will make your answer even better. All right, now please link the elaboration and details to the topic or to the question. So you need to refer to the question at all times so that you are answering to the question. Okay, you can also state your opinion or your point of view or even a justification for what you have explained or the example that you have given. Okay, this will make your answer more detailed, and it will explain what you want to say. All right, so please use the appropriate tenses and be consistent when you are answering the questions. Okay, let's look at some SPM trial exam questions. Okay, there are 3 questions as you can see here. The first question focuses on theme, the second question on character, and the third question an event. Okay, the first question, having a strong family relationship is essential in one's life. How is this shown in the novel you have read? Support your answer with close reference to the text. This was given in 2016 in Sarawak. Determination will get you through anything. Write about one character who has such determination in the novel you have read. Support your answer with close reference to the text. This was given in Terengganu in 2018. And the third question, bravery is to stand up for what you believe in. Based on the novel that you have studied, write about an event related to the above statement. With close reference to the text, explain how this statement can relate to one of the characters in the novel. And this question was given in 2019 in Malacca. As you can see, there are different kinds of questions that can be asked. It can ask you about theme, okay, character, all right, event, moral values, and even lessons learned. So it is important for you to know all the elements found in the novel. Okay, how to organize your paragraph. Okay, it is advisable for you to write in paragraphs instead of writing in one paragraph. Many students make the mistake of writing everything in one paragraph. Now that is not the right way. Okay, now if you can't write 5 paragraphs, at least try to write 3 paragraphs. So you have your introduction followed by your content and then ending with your conclusion. Okay, the ideal number of paragraphs is 5, as you can see here. You still start with your introduction followed by your content, which is divided into 3 paragraphs, and then you end with your conclusion. Okay, and then for your content, I always advise my students to follow this way of writing, which is first you identify your point, then you elaborate on your point or you explain about your point, and then you give your evidence or example to support the point, and you end with your point of view or a justification for your answer. Now, if you are unable to write many paragraphs, at least try to write 3 paragraphs, which is the introduction, your content, and your conclusion. All right, and try to give some simple example or evidence to back up your answer so that you will be able to justify what you have written. All right, okay, please try, do not give up. Okay, let's look at how we can write the introduction. Okay, I've given here a simple way of writing your introduction. Now, the first part is the novel that I have read is Sing to the Dawn by Ming Fong Ho. The novel is about a 14-year-old Thai girl who won a scholarship to study in the city and how she overcome the challenges to pursue her dreams. Now, this part of the introduction is something that you can memorize or you can take note of because it's the same for any question. Okay, you have identified the novel, you have identified the author, okay, and you have given a background information about the novel that you have read. Okay, now the second part of the introduction which I have underlined is where you answer according to the question. Okay, for this example, it is about theme. The theme of family relationship is strong in the novel. This is shown through the characters of Dawan, her grandmother, and Kwai, Dawan's brother. Now, if the question asks you about a character that shows determination, then you will change this part to say the character that shows strong determination in the novel is Dawan, who faces a lot of challenges to achieve her dream. Okay, so you just need to change the second part to suit the question. All right, so this is an easy way, all right, on how to start your introduction for your answer. Okay, let's look at the content or points. Okay, using the question on theme as an example, all right, let's look at point 1. Dawan is very close to her family members, especially her brother Kwai, whom she loves very much. So the first point is focusing on Dawan. Okay, as you can see here, there are 3 evidences from the novel to support the answer. The first one being, Dawan was more concerned about Kwai's feeling after winning the scholarship. Okay, the second evidence is when she forgives her brother Kwai when he hurts her. And the third evidence is when she is concerned about Kwai when she sees Kwai sitting in the rain on the bridge. Okay, now you can end with your justification or opinion or feeling. Okay, for example, this has shown that Dawan loves her brother very much despite the problems between them and that we too should love our siblings. Okay, so this is an example of how one paragraph looks like. Okay, you have to write in paragraph form and in sentences, all right, not in bullet form. Okay, and if you can give examples with quotations, that will help your answer also. All right, now the second point is looking at Dawan's grandmother. Okay, in the novel, Dawan's grandmother also shows that family is essential in one's life. She became the first person who supported Dawan to study in the city. Okay, here as you can see, there are only 2 evidences to support the answer. That's all right. Okay, if you can give good evidence from the text and you can explain or elaborate on the evidence, that is equally good to if you want to give 3 evidences. All right, so don't worry too much if you can't give 3. If you can give 2 and you can elaborate and explain your evidence, that is also good. Okay, and you also again end with a justification or an opinion or a feeling. Okay, here for example, this has shown that family members should support each other. All right, okay, let's look at the third point. Now the third point looks at Kwai, okay, Dawan's younger brother. Finally, Kwai also shows a strong family relationship because he loves and cares for his sister Dawan very much. All right, so you can see again here there are only 2 evidences. Okay, the first one, Kwai does not want Dawan to leave him because he would be lonely without her. And the second evidence is when Kwai disobeys his father when his father wants him to take his sister's chance to study in the city. Alright, and here is an opinion. For example, I think that we must take care of our family members and always support them. A very simple ending to the paragraph. Okay, so this is how you should write in your answer. Finally, your conclusion. Okay, as you can see here, the conclusion is basically a summary of your answer. Okay, you can bring in the ideas found in the question and also your introduction into your conclusion. For example, as a conclusion, family relationship is important in one's life as shown by Dawan, Kwai and their grandmother. Okay, here you can add your hope, your opinion or your feelings, okay, in relation to the question. Okay, for example, you can say, I believe, okay, family support is very important in one's life as it can help you to pursue your dreams successfully. So you can just write a simple ending to your answer, okay, by adding in your own opinion, right? Or you can just say something to summarize it by giving your hope, right? I hope that everybody, okay, helps each other in their family, right? So this can also be one way of ending your answer. Okay, let's look at the SPM trial exam questions again. Okay, as I said earlier, the questions can vary from year to year. Okay, sometimes it focuses on theme, sometimes it may focus on character or event or moral values or other elements found in the novel. Okay, or sometimes it can even link two elements together. For example, in question 3, it talks about an event. At the same time, it asks you to relate to one of the characters in the novel. So basically, you need to know your novel well. You need to know the characters in the novel, especially the main character, and you need to be able to give good evidence from the novel to support your answer. I always advise my students to follow this way of answering. You identify your point, okay? You elaborate or you give your elaboration or explanation about the point that you have identified. You give an example or evidence from the text to support your elaboration or your point. And then you can even add your point of view or your opinion, or you can give a justification for your answer. This will make your answer complete. Okay, we have come to the end of the video. I hope the simple explanation and guide that I have given you in this video will be helpful for you to answer the novel question in section D. Okay, please do not give up. Please try to answer the question. Even if your answer is simple, at least you will get some marks. All right, and this will help you to score higher marks for your English paper. So please try to practice with some questions to get the idea of how to answer the questions correctly. Okay, so all the best and hope to see you in another lesson. Thank you.